93.7 Express FM. It is Paul Marsh, and I'm delighted to be joined by Jess from Jess and the Bandits. How are you doing?
I am good. How are you?
I'm really good, thank you. So I've been trying to think back to the last time we spoke because we speak on a semi-regular basis, 2 or 3 times a year. And I think it was just before the summer and all the festivals and everything else like that. So before we talk Christmas, let's talk summer and how it was for you and what you've been up to in the last 6 months.
Oh gosh, summer was hot in Texas, as you would expect, and busy. Just starting to gear up for the next project. I've been doing a lot of writing and just hoping to put together a new album here really soon. So I've just been doing all the preparation and the creative side for that. And then, of course, all the stuff gearing up to the Christmas tour and yeah, trying to work Christmas stuff in the summers is always an interesting thing.
Well,
Trying to like videos in advance and all this stuff.
I'll get back to that in a second because there is a question that I do exactly want to ask you for that. But before we get to that, so you had a track of yours featured in a TV series out in America called Monarch.
Yes, yeah.
Now,
It's a
I
really
could be
cool
wrong, but
show.
I don't think we have it here in the UK yet.
Not yet, not yet. You guys, I have no doubt you'll get it soon. But it is Nashville, the TV show Nashville that there was meets Dallas. You
Okay.
remember the you remember Dallas,
Yeah, I know
the
of it.
soap opera.
Yeah.
You okay. So it is a very interesting combo of the two. But yeah, it's a really cool show. So it was fun to have them contact me and want to put one of my songs on the show and use it during one of the scenes. I'm like, okay, absolutely.
And
I'll
how
take
how did
that.
how did that all go and how did that come about?
Um, well, one of the other writers, Jeff Cohen, uh, has a team that he works with. We all pitch our music quite regularly to TV and film to synchronize our stuff in the hopes of it making it onto a TV show or a film because that helps pay the electricity bills and yeah, they fortunately my music matches really well, especially the first album matches really well with the show, and they loved it and they picked that song to start, and hopefully there will be more after that.
Absolutely fantastic. I'm so glad that got picked up. I'm so glad that everything is going well to you. Now, moving back to what you were talking about earlier. Now, when you do a Christmas tour and a Christmas album and everything else like that, it doesn't happen instantaneously. This is something that takes a long time of planning. What on earth made you think about Christmas, especially Christmas in the UK, in the summer in Texas? Because I can't think of anything that is any further from that.
I think it's because it's so hot that I'm like dreaming of cold weather and gloomy and dark. Not really. So where else would I think of than the UK in the winter?
Well,
But
the great
yeah,
thing about the UK, of course, is obviously the further up north you go, the more likelihood you are of getting snow. Down where we are in Portsmouth, I can't remember the last time it snowed. We just get rain. But when you head up
yeah,
north to
I understand.
Manchester and Newcastle, etc., you tend to get a bit of the white stuff up there.
Yeah, yeah, that's so nice. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm over now with my husband and my two little boys, and keeping our fingers crossed that we get to see a bit of snow because we're the same in Houston. We do not see snow,
Has it ever
when we I
snowed
mean
there? When was the
occasionally.
last
I
time?
mean, I mean it has. To be fair, actually, it snowed 2 years ago, but it was just one of those crazy freak things that it snowed and it rarely sticks, but it snowed a lot. And everyone just goes outside and stares at the snow and like schools canceled, no one goes to work. It's just mayhem, and we all just love it. So
Yeah, because obviously
oh,
once you hit New York and any further north than that, then it's just a regular day and everyone carries on. But
yeah,
I can imagine in Texas, it's literally like the world coming to an end.
definitely, yeah, and we love every second of it.
So whilst you're not heading down to the south coast on this tour, or not to near Portsmouth anyway, you are coming to two places that are reasonably close. You are in London on Sunday the 11th, and you're in Brighton the next day on Monday the 12th. So anyone from the Portsmouth and surrounding areas can get themselves around about an hour's travel to either of those venues. How are the shows looking?
They're looking really good. I do think we're still going to have a few left at the door, but people can still go online and purchase their tickets, which we highly recommend because there are a lot. It seems like lots of last minute people decide the day of, and the last thing we want is people to drive an hour and
Oh,
not be able to get in. So definitely get your tickets. But I think this show is going to be such a great way to just usher in the Christmas season, and it's a bit different, a different kind of show for me, for Jess and the Bandits. This is
yeah, absolutely. And so, what made you want to do a Christmas show? Is it, is Christmas something you really love? Is it just the last, where did that come from?
I love Christmas. I really do. And back in, I mean, I love it. My house is already completely decorated. I mean, the day after Halloween, I was like, Christmas. And it exploded in my house. And so, basically, when we did this Christmas album, My Country Christmas, it was 2020. And as we know, the world just kind of came to a halt for, you know, that Christmas season. Then, of course, uh, the last year and all these things. And so I couldn't tour it at all. And we were talking about it. My management and I would say, you know what, let's do something different. Let's do a Christmas tour. Let's sprinkle in some of our Jess and the Bandit stuff, but let's do some of the stuff from the Christmas album and just make this a really enjoyable, relaxing, intimate show rather than, loud Jess and the Bandits party. It's going to be a bit more of a Jess and the Bandit soiree
Fantastic.
with
Oh, that's so
champagne.
good. Well, talking of that, so you're doing something different. Obviously, you have the album for sale, you have tote bags, and you have various other merchandise, but you're doing something a little bit different, which I really, really like. You're actually going to have drinks with the fans.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have selected people in each place, and as we get closer, we're selecting those. So we haven't done it for London and Chelmsford yet, but we are just going to have people come in before about 45 minutes before doors open. Then, of course, they stay in, and we'll have some drinks and just have a great time before the show. And kind of a little Christmas party before the show, and really enjoy ourselves. It's been a rough year, I think, for a lot of people. And with the economy and how things are going, and people are hurting right now, and that's on both sides of the Atlantic. And I really want people to forget about all of that just for a couple of hours, to forget and remember what the Christmas season is about, and just feel that sense of joy that you kind of can't help but feel when you hear the Christmas songs, and come and see one of our shows. We always try to bring lots of energy, so we will still be bringing energy.
Well, I think it's absolutely fantastic. I'm sure the shows are going to be absolutely amazing. Before we play one of your Christmas tracks, I really do have a question to ask you. How does Christmas in Texas look? Because I would imagine it's very different from Christmas in Portsmouth.
Probably. Well, Texas is big, so depending on the part of Texas you're in, But Texas in or Christmas in Texas, in Houston at least, you never know what it's going to look like. It could be flip-flops and shorts and t-shirts, or it could be like 18 degrees, but we all think that is cold.
Yeah, right.
And we'll all be like, I'm wearing boots and a jacket and sweat, but we still are really happy about it here.
So there's a little bit of Feliz Navidad thrown in as well, I would imagine.
Oh, absolutely. We've got our Tex-Mex influence, and we, along with our traditional food, we always have like tamales, and if people don't know what tamales are, that's a Mexican like corn husk food. It's really good. Just look it up. It's great. But
Because
yeah,
even
we always have that.
just general Christmas dinner is very different with America and England, because you have Thanksgiving, which is more
Mhm.
akin to our Christmas dinner, which is turkey and all the
Yes.
trimmings and everything else. But Christmas dinner is very, very different because you've just done that big blowout meal, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Yeah. The last thing we want is turkey and ham and all of that again. Although a lot of people seem to do it, I think in Texas you find a lot of people actually do like Mexican food for their Christmas dinner,
Wow.
or something, or even a barbecue or something like that. So we tend to do a mixture of a lot of different things. And so there'll be like some barbecue and some Tex-Mex, and yeah, it's great.
And
Now
is
now
it
I'm
a
getting
big
hungry.
family thing, or is it quite a small, tight-knit family thing? Is it immediate family?
Um, well, as when I was growing up, when people haven't passed on yet, when you're a kid, your families are huge, and so our growing up, it was massive, like cousins and cousins and cousins and aunts and uncles, and it was so wonderful. I just have so many great memories from that. And now it's a bit smaller. It's kind of immediate family and sometimes friends that may not have family that they can go to. So we always open up our home and invite people over. And I'm definitely one of those, like, yeah, come on over. The more the merrier, just bring wine.
Well, I think that's a universal thing, isn't it? On Christmas,
Yes.
we'll probably drink a little bit too much. We'll probably have an
Hmm.
argument with our other half.
Yep. Just don't talk politics or anything, and it'll be a wonderful time.
Jess, it's been so great catching up with you again. I wish you all the best of luck on the tour. I know it's going to go fantastically well. There is only one thing left to do, and that's to introduce the song that we're about to play.
All right. Well, thank you so much for having me, and I hope you guys enjoy my version of White Christmas.